Hello lads and welcome to episode 2 of the Sunderland Career Mode. Unfortunately we've got a post-com episode today. You can see that new signings were made last episode, just to refresh your memory. What happened basically was a bit of a problem. The mic didn't seem to work. I did actually record it live com, but for some reason there was a bit of, I don't know. I should have checked beforehand, really checked if it was working. You could see there the players that were out and the players that I'm trying to get out, and players that I didn't want to get out, but unfortunately Van Arnold, he'll be out for about 3 months with a bit of a poor injury. First game of the episode is going to be against Man City. This is where the Premier League starts. Jan Veer's coming in for his debut, and we've got a couple of good players here who are can test Man City. But the way we started the first episode, our pre-season, the games I played certainly didn't do well in those games. But we had an early chance to go from front to Jermaine Defoe, shoot straight at the keeper, but it gave the team confidence. Unfortunately, we were giving City way too many chances in the defence that were all over the place still, which is frustrating. As you can see here, great hold-up play by City. It goes to Sterling, he cuts inside, and it's lashed at twice, and Manoni makes a good save the second time around. And now again it was all City. The pressure kept coming. It was Aguero this time to Sterling. Paddy McNair right back due to Van Arnold's injury. He was caught out there and Raheem Sterling finished it near post. It was a frustrating time to concede, but after our first chance it was all pretty much City. You can see that it was due to Paddy McNair not really marking Sterling's run, and Sterling had all the freedom in the world to tuck that near post past Vito Manone. It was unfortunate. You can see there the manager I created really upset, but I thought we'd not done very well and we did really deserve to concede. The pressure we were putting on. We did have another chance though near the end of the half, and unfortunately it wasn't much of one, and it went half time and it was City 1-0 up. And now we managed to get pressure on. Jermaine Defoe holding the ball up. What could he do? He's going to whip the ball in, and there was a few headers trying to be lashed at it. There was more attacks, and we won a free kick. Not mastered free kicks on FIFA 17, unfortunately I can't do much with it. We were making a couple of changes in midfield. Januzaj and Katamo coming on, as well as Jordan Ayew, who is on the ball now. We were putting pressure on City late on in this game. It was Katamo who lost it though, and City were on a deadly counter-attack now. There was only one defender back. I had gone all-out attack, and unfortunately the defender had just got out-muscled, and it was about 4-on-1 here, and it was lovely flick over Raheem Sterling. He got his second of the game, unfortunately, and that's just the way it went. It was very, very deadly and quick, fast-paced counter-attack, and Raheem Sterling volleyed it, and there's again no chance for Vito Manoni to save that. And it looked like we were really, this is the dynamics of the game. This Sterling put it past Manoni for the second time in the match, and Man City comfortably saw out Sunderland, unfortunately, and that was the way the game ended. The next game was going to be against Boro, so we did have a good chance to go and revive ourselves. Here are the match stats. We had a decent amount of shots, but as you can see, City was certainly the most dominant of the two teams. A bit of training here. We're going to train the same players next week though. I want your suggestions on who I'm going to train. I have had some in the first episode, and I will, I'll put them into the suggestions, and I will train them. As you can see there, we're going in for Charlie Taylor. It's a bit of a rough process the way we're negotiating. We're not managing to get that much leeway on trying to sign him. He does have 70 months left on his contract, but anyway, into this game against Boro, it was a pretty much identical lineup to the City game, because I thought we played well, but Manoni there, it was a bit shaky. He wasn't going to get to the ball. I was getting a bit worried there, and it was our turn to attack then. Jermaine Defoe with a great chance, a great flick, and volley just onto the post. What a goal that would have been. Tell you what, I was going mental at that point. I was so close to scoring an absolute worldie with Defoe, and they won it back. It was an end-to-end game. This was a really good game to play, and I'm really enjoying the gameplay in FIFA 17. And Jordan Rhodes blasts that over the bar. How did he miss from there? I have no idea. But it was great play from Boro, and Jordan Rhodes with a great ball over. It was a great ball to Jordan Rhodes. He just lasted over the bar there. We were very fortunate not to concede there. Defoe this time, and it looked like It was going to be Wabi Kazri. He was going to try and put a ball in, and he did put a ball in, but it was deflected straight into the keeper's arms. We weren't getting much luck this game, as evident here as Jermaine Defoe gets forward and he's tackled again and is lashed at by, it looks, Kazri, and that was pretty much how the half ended. We had another chance from Middlesbrough, but it was very similar to Kazri's, in Stuart Downing this time lashing it over the bar, but it was a decent effort as well from him. Very end-to-end game. You wonder how it ended 0-0 at half-time, and via this time to Defoe. Defoe with an great chance, an awesome chance, and he just didn't put it away. It was off the bar this time. Jermaine Defoe, he's not started the season very well. He's had great chances, and usually he'd be finishing them, especially in real life. It was a good save by Manone there. We made some more changes. Leonardo Ajoa coming on for his debut, alongside Lee Catamol and Adnan Januzaj. Again, this time we decided to switch the formation about, and Leonardo Ajoa was waiting there in the middle. Yann Villa found him. Ajoa shot, and Victor Valles made a couple of great saves there. Ajoa really given the chance there to make himself a hero, and it finished 0-0. For some reason this game was actually played on a Wednesday night. Like, the weekend before was free. The weekend before was actually the City game, but the weekend after there was no games, so I was a bit confused about that. And unfortunately we didn't manage to capitalise on our chances. We were the better team against Boro, which was a positive sign, because in all the other games we haven't been the better team. As you can see, there much more shots than Boro. They had a bit more possession, but I don't really play possession against computers. Against actual people I do. But yeah, Leeds came in for Billy Jones, was a bit interesting, because obviously we're trying to get Charlie Taylor from them. So if they can give us money, we will use that money to try and buy Charlie Taylor for sure. Because I don't think Billy Jones has got enough quality really to be part of our Sunderland team. If we want to move forward, we need to get more quality left backs in, and Charlie Taylor is going to be a backup, and he's only 22 years of age, so he can definitely improve us. And we finally managed to get him just before the game away to Southampton. So the last two times I've been to Southampton, I've actually gone to the ground. It's a long journey down, so you want to impress the fans here. Last two times Defoe has scored late, but we've conceded even later. One being a 90th minute goal by Virgil van Dijk, which is honestly heartbreaking. This was the team. Taylor was actually left back this time, and Manquillo moved over to the right. The rest was pretty much the same as before, with Manone, the captain's armband, which I should have changed earlier really. He's the one I think should get the captain's armband out of all the players shown there. Lee Catamol obviously comes on as a sub, and John O'Shea doesn't get much game time now anyway. And it was Wabi Kazri, who's very resilient, running past all the Southampton players. He had a great chance here to whip a ball in, and it actually almost challenged Fraser Forster in goal. And this time it was Southampton with Charlie Austin, who's passing the ball. They were passing the ball very nicely across the floor, Southampton. Charlie Austin took a nice shot there, and Manone was able to save. This time it was our turn to break, and it was a very good ball to Defoe. Defoe found himself in a great position. Can he finish this time? No, he can't. He misses again. This time just wide of the far post, and you're beginning to wonder, like, how Defoe, I know you're in bad form, but you need to finish one of these chances, or else Austin will do. And he's had a couple of good chances as well to put Southampton in front. It's a tale of two strikers really not performing well. And this time again, it was a good shot. Manone with a good save again. We need to, we're very reliant on Manone at the moment. Southampton were dominating this first half for sure. And this time another shot just wide by Charlie Austin. It was Jordy Classy to take the corner that resulted from it. And this time, the counter-attack we had against City had against us. We had another deadly one against Southampton. And Defoe was in again. Surely this time it can put us in front. He hits it straight into the hands of Fraser Forster just near the end of the half. But we've got one more chance. Surely if we could get it before half time, it would be great. And it was shot again straight down the throat of Fraser Forster. Very frustrating stuff. But the second half we came alive. We were determined to get something in this game. And it was a great little turn there. It was really good passing as well. This time the team just clicked in the second half. Yann Villa putting one just over there. And it was the midfield knew each other well. It was Mvia again, this time playing through Defoe. This time he just couldn't get there quick enough. It was Fraser Forster was aware. Wabi Kazri, it wasn't Wabi Kazri actually, it was a ball in this time. And it was another shot over by Rodwell this time, who couldn't get it low enough. And if he could, that would have been a class goal. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And Southampton had their first real chance of the half. Again, I think they felt Charlie Austin. I had a feeling we could go and win this now, because we were much more the dominant team in the second half. Southampton were in the first half, but I went 4-4-2, you know, dropping in a midfielder, adding an extra striker, hopefully with the result in that. Leonardo Ajoa again, adding something different. Charlie Austin again missing the chance. If he'd been on form, we could have been in trouble. And we won a throw-in from this, I believe, and it was thrown down to Wabi Kazri. Wabi Kazri was going to whip a cross in, and Defoe was there unmarked, and he finished it. And that was our first goal of the season, and who else would it be but Jermaine Defoe? This time he finishes his chance. I have told you before though, we concede every time Defoe scores late in these types of games against Southampton. And it was a beautiful ball by Kazri, and that wasn't getting finished without that ball from Kazri. Defoe volleys it literally about 2 yards out, and he scores this time, and he scores our first goal of the season, and the players are going absolutely mad. We got another chance though. Could we put this game to bed? In fact, this time it was Wabi Kazri. He cuts inside and he puts the ball in, and Virgil van Dijk actually puts it in his own net this time. I was again telling you he scored a 90th minute winner against us, 90th minute equaliser even a couple of weeks ago, and this time he seals the deal for Sunderland and sends them home happy. You know, it's one of the longest journeys in the Premier League, Sunderland to Southampton, and it was just class to see us sending the home fans happy. They had another chance near the end of the game, but it wouldn't have counted anyway, and thankfully we get our first win of the season. That's some pressure off my shoulders, definitely. That puts us to 12th in the Premier League table with 4 points from 3 games. Hopefully we can kick on in the next episode with our first game being against Everton. You can see the stats there. Southampton had slightly more shots, but with them being the home team, you know, they give us a good game. Charlie Austin should have finished some of them shots. Wabi Kazri got 9.0 rating, and his deliveries today were just perfect. So that's it really for the second episode. Again, I apologise for it being post commentary, but you know, when the mic's not working, there's no what I can do. Thank you all for watching. I'll try and get the mic. I'll do more tests to see if the mic actually works next time. 73 manager rating we've got to be careful with. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later, lads.